A little over a week ago, Spider-Man Far From Home swung its way into theaters, so we now have 7 MCU sequels, so I'm going to rank all the sequels from the worst to the best in under 4 minutes. Let's do it! Hey guys, my name is Trevor and I eat, sleep, and breathe movies. If you guys are in the same boat, make sure you click that big subscribe button. And before I give you guys my ranking, go ahead and comment yours down below. Which of these movies do you love and which of these movies do you hate? And with all that said, let's begin right at number 7. So coming in last place is going to be Iron Man 2. And the only part of this movie that frustrates me is just seeing how the first one was so great and is still one of the best MCU movies, then we get this one. Just completely falls on its face. You have one of the worst villains in MCU with Whiplash, and Tony Stark obviously is carrying the movie on his shoulders. I don't hate this movie, but I am far from loving it. Next up is going to be Thor: The Dark World, and I think a lot of people give this movie too much hate. I don't really think there's anything really wrong with it, other than it's a little bit boring, but the emotional tie towards the end of the movie is really what draws me towards it. Between Loki and Thor, when Loki dies and Thor's crying for him, me being a brother, I'm like, God dang it, you're getting my emotional side. And that's really my favorite part about this movie, is seeing that emotional tie between the two brothers and see the little character arc and their banter throughout the movie. It's enjoyable enough for me. At number 5 is going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I love seeing Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly back on the screen together. They are just absolutely great. Their chemistry is amazing. Paul Rudd is such a funny guy, and also Michael Pena really steals this movie as a character with Louise. He's so funny. He gives this movie, you sit there and you're just belly laughing how fast he talks and the stories he tells. But my problem with this movie is just the villain. Ghost is the worst villain in the MCU in my opinion. I get the movie isn't really revolved around the villain, then just don't have her, because Ghost's villain is not dying. If that's not everyone's motivation, then I don't know if anyone has any motivation. Next is Avengers Age of Ultron, and I really do like this movie. It has a really good fight scene at the end, but until that point, it seems just really slow, kind of a slow churn, slow burn. After seeing the first Avengers, how great that one was, you're expecting this one to pick off right on the same foot. It kind of fell in that sequel category. Well, it's not better than its original movie, but the sequel does carry its weight. You get introduced to Wanda and Quicksilver and even Vision. You get introduced to some amazing characters. You have some funny banter, and the fight scene at the end is worth watching this movie. At number 3 is going to be Spider-Man Far From Home, and I really dug this movie. I thought Tom Holland and Zendaya's chemistry was just at an all-time high. The action in this movie is great, and Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio really steals the show. He plays such a crazy and evil villain. This movie has its plot twist. This movie carries along great and has one of the best post-credit scenes in the entire MCU. My runner-up is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I'm a sucker for the Guardians movies, and this one's just so lighthearted. I get a lot of people are frustrated with Kurt Russell's ego, how he's not that good of a villain, but I think this movie's funny, has really good action, and you get to see all the Guardians back on the screen together, and it's just really fun to watch. And Yondu really comes into the light in this movie. He says iconic lines such as, "I'm very poppin', y'all." And this is one of the funniest MCU movies in my opinion, and is still one of my favorites. But coming in first place is going to be Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Everything about this movie just works. The first Captain America I'm not the biggest fan of, but this one really just proves that this one is better than its original movie. The sequel is just absolutely fantastic. It takes on more of that spy kind of movie rather than a superhero film. Chris Evans is back as Steve Rogers, and he is just playing that James Bond, Ethan Hunt, and Jason Bourne, all of them. He is just kicking butt and taking names. This movie has such an emotional tie between Cap and Bucky, and the action in this movie is 100% great, and therefore it comes in at number 1. How does your guys' list compare? My list is 100% is not right. It's just 100% my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do me a favor and go see a movie, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!